Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's truly a blessing to have you here again. Today, we'll be diving into a topic that may seem obscure to some, even superstitious to others, but within its depths lies a treasure trove of ancient wisdom. Have you ever spoken casually about ghosts, spirits, or the supernatural? Have you used such topics for amusement, curiosity, or fear? Many do, not realizing the profound implications such speech may carry. Today, let us explore a teaching from the Venerable Master Fo Yuan, who once said, "You cannot see it, but it sees you. You speak, it hears. It speaks, and you cannot hear. Do not speak about spirits lightly, for it will become agitated." This seemingly simple admonition holds deep spiritual truths. This video will guide you through the true meaning behind such ghost talk, why it's essential to guard our words, and how we can purify both our language and our mind through spiritual practice. In a world obsessed with instant communication, speculation, and superstition, reclaiming purity in speech can be transformative. Let's walk through this together, not with fear, but with clarity and reverence. To begin, let's redefine what ghost talk actually means. It's a phrase that often evokes chills, legends, or superstitions. But from the perspective of spiritual discipline, especially within the Buddhist tradition, ghost talk is not just about literal spectres. Rather, it represents any speech that is driven by ignorance, fantasy, emotional distortion, or superstition. It can be sensational gossip about the paranormal, but it also includes negative, baseless, or misleading words that pollute the speaker's mind and the listener's heart. Such speech disturbs the subtle energies of the world around us, and even more crucially, disturbs our own spiritual progress. Master Fuan's words aren't just poetic, they're precise. You cannot see it, but it sees you. In the realm of the unseen, there are entities, forces, and energies beyond our ordinary perception. In many spiritual traditions, including Buddhism, it is taught that unseen beings, spirits, consciousnesses, or thought forms exist within a parallel energetic field. These beings are not fictional. They respond not to sight or hearing as we understand it, but to vibration, to energy. And our speech is vibration. When you speak, they hear. They don't need ears to do so. Your words emit energy, frequencies that ripple through the subtle planes. What is said carelessly can trigger reactions, some benign, some disruptive. This is why speech must be treated with mindfulness. In the ancient scriptures, speech is not merely communication, it is creation. Every word sown becomes a seed. Every phrase planted becomes a possibility. Ghost talk, or irresponsible speech, becomes a kind of invitation. And not every guest who responds to that invitation is benign. Now ask yourself, why do we engage in such talk? Often, it stems from our ignorance, our untrained minds grasping at the unknown. We fear death, the unseen, and the incomprehensible. In trying to make sense of these mysteries, we fill the void with stories, exaggerations, and speculations. We speak not from clarity, but from anxiety. We create myths, not to enlighten, but to distract. And herein lies the danger. The more we speak from a place of fear or fantasy, the more we cut ourselves off from reality, from truth, from the stillness where true understanding can arise. You speak, it hears. It speaks, you cannot hear. This is not just a statement about spirits, it's about the imbalance between our internal noise and external silence. We speak too much, we listen too little. Especially to that which does not have a human voice, the wisdom of silence, the warnings of energy, the messages carried not by words but by intuition, vibration, presence. In the spiritual path, the goal is not to master speech, but to master silence. From silence, all true words emerge. Ghost talk represents the opposite: speech without silence, words without wisdom, noise without foundation. And such speech not only disturbs invisible realms, but also binds us further in confusion. It distorts our emotional field, it amplifies our karmic entanglements. And sometimes, it invites spiritual consequences, disturbances, confusioness, or even subtle attachments that pull us further from the path. Master Fo Yuan emphasized that ghost talk causes distress not just to spirits, but to ourselves. Why? Because when we speak recklessly, we ignore the law of cause and effect. We forget that every word has weight, every sentence has momentum. To talk idly about that which we do not understand is to toy with energies we are not ready to receive. And this is not about superstition, it's about subtlety. Just as a mirror reflects not only our face but our mind, our words reflect our vibration. Speak with fear, and you generate fear. Speak with clarity, and clarity arises. Speak recklessly, and chaos may follow. But here is the gift hidden in this teaching. It's not about suppression, it's about purification. It's not that you must never speak, but that you must learn to speak from truth, from mindfulness, from reverence. The solution is not silence born of fear, but silence born of awareness. Let's consider what happens when we purify our speech. First, we feel lighter. The heaviness that comes from gossip, negativity, or lies starts to lift. We begin to notice the quality of our conversations, the energy behind our words. Our voice becomes less about control and more about connection. Then something extraordinary happens. We begin to hear, not the noise of the world, but the whisper of spirit, the murmur of intuition, the pulse of inner wisdom. And that's when transformation begins. Instead of speaking ghost talk, we began to speak soul talk, words that comfort, words that heal, words that uplift. Our conversations become sacred rituals, acts of alignment, bridges of peace. And in that shift, the invisible world no longer fears us, nor do we fear it. We coexist in respect, in harmony. I remember once attending a retreat where we were asked to remain silent for 3 full days. At first, it was awkward. The mind screamed for expression, but slowly, as the hours passed, a deeper voice emerged not from the lips, but from the heart. I realized then how much I had spoken without purpose, how much I had filled space out of discomfort. When I returned to speech, it felt sacred, measured, true. This is what Master Fo Yuan wished for us, not mute monks, but mindful ones. Not fearful silence, but conscious expression. He did not warn against ghost talk because he feared spirits, but because he loved clarity. He saw how careless words bound souls in cycles of suffering. He knew that language, when divorced from wisdom, becomes a chain, but when language arises from stillness, it becomes a key. So how can you apply this today? Begin simply. Observe your words. Reflect before you speak. When tempted to speculate, ask yourself, do I know this? When tempted to share a story about the unseen, ask yourself, what is my intention? When you feel fear, do not express it outward. Sit with it. Name it silently. Listen, feel. Let your words become fewer, but more full. Speak with heart, speak with reverence, and then speak blessings, not ghosts. Thank you for watching this video. If the teachings of Master Fo Yuan moved you today, I invite you to share your reflections in the comments. Your stories, your wisdom, and your growth inspire others on the path. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with those who may benefit from these teachings. Until next time, may your words be clear, your heart be pure, and your path be ever illuminated.